Hey, this is just me talking video because there's a lot of news to cover and most of it ain't good. Or it's just a lot of bullshit news coming out of everywhere. Okay. Well, as we all know, Iron Man 3 came out in the theaters, and of course, they took the Mandarin character in that movie and deliberately raped him. I'm not going to really tell you what I found out, but basically, they took the original Batman story from, what was it? Dark Batman Begins and used it in Iron Man 3 and completely fucked it up. Fuck it. Spoiler alerts. Basically, what they ended up saying was the Mandarin was an actor who was a completely oblivious and a fucking stupid waste of time, and said it was a character named Alder Killiage. And okay, first of all, I know the reviews of this movies have been good, and there's going to be tons of sequels. But there's a reason why the comic book fans are extremely mad about this. First of all, they turned the Mandarin into an actor, an oblivious actor, and a fucking waste of time. And yeah, they really fucked that one up. But then they decided to say that another character, Aldrich Killian, was the is the Mandarin. And I know I just watched a couple other reviews and other people saying this, and most of them didn't even know who Aldrich Killian is. And there's a reason why no one knows who Aldrich Killian is in the Iron Man comics, and he is in the Iron Man comics. But there's just a major problem here. And the comic book, and this is the reason why the comic book fans are really ticked off. Aldrich Killian did have the virus and all that, and did try to sell it to terrorists. But his character kind of put a gun in his own mouth and blew his own brains out. Basically, they replaced the Mandarin, a very capable villain, with a villain who couldn't even deal with what he was doing and blew his own brains out. Try to put that one around your heads. And yes, I know it's gotten good reviews and it'll sell a lot. Even though that they were promoting a villain who in the comic books shot himself. Yep. He shot himself because he couldn't deal with what he had done. Hmm. And in the movie, they're saying that, oh, he's the Mandarin and he's a true villain. Yep. You ain't gonna see Aldrin Killer in any more of the comic books since he's kind of dead from a self-inflicted wound. It's just good, I guess, that we know this movie is getting good ratings and a lot of money. Just knowing that they replaced a good, competent villain with one who just couldn't deal with what he was doing, blew his own brains out. Good to know. Oh yeah, and Disney has made an exclusive contract with Star Wars franchise. Because Disney bought out the entire Star Wars franchise, but they made an exclusive contract with EA. I find this not really surprising and not very smart on Disney's part. First of all, EA's track record has been going straight down the hill. And I know a lot of you people are going to say, but EA's been selling great games. Okay, first of all, um, Commodore 64 was telling me something very dumb and putting words in my mouth, saying that I said that Battlefield failed. Never stated that. What I stated was Battlefield can never come up to the sales programmative of what Call of Duty has, and that's pretty much true. Call of Duty is just immense and it's a monster, and Battlefield just can't seem to measure up to it. I never once stated Battlefield was an immense failure. And it's an actual fact. Call of Duty will just kill out and will just beat out Battlefield again, over and over and over. But that's not the real problem here, other than the fact that EA is saying that their new engine can't work for the Wii U, and yet more powerful engines can work for the Wii U, and in fact perfectly well and much more better. Say, the Crytek engine. So yeah, EA is full of shit, but of course, according to so-called Nintendo nut jobs out there who are just gonna get up there and say, "No, it doesn't work. Here's your damage control." Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever, dude. It's called telling the truth about something. You know, being honest, not just coming out with a bunch of bullshit and putting words into people's mouths that they never said. I mean, I still think the PS4 is going to possibly end up killing the Wii U, depending. And, with the Wii U making an actual profit now, and yes, it actually did make a profit, a tiny one, even though Bloomberg said it was going to fail, but it still made a profit. But nope, let's just put words in people's mouth and then just plug our fingers in our ears and just yell, "I can't hear you," all day long. And then reimagine conversations into saying other things. Oh, hell, they'll even say I probably robbed a bank and killed a bunch of people, yelling and screaming the Wii U's the greatest thing in all the world. Yeah, and so it takes a lot of imagination for these people to come up with this shit. Okay, train of thought. EA getting the Star Wars franchise. Not a very good thing. I remember Adam Sessler when he was talking about Marvel franchise, saying that Disney took really good care of the Marvel franchise. Yeah, that's not exactly true, Sessler. I know you're not going to care for this video, but that never happened. In fact, Disney has clusterfuck. I mean, in video game worlds, Disney clusterfucked the Marvel franchise. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about Marvel vs. Capcom? That was made before Disney bought out Marvel. And so was a lot of games that are coming out now. They are all just, these are all just games that came out. And the only thing we got from the Avengers movie was was a mobile app, which was a piece of shit, and a Zen Pinball add-on, and it wasn't really that great. I mean, considering that Zen Pinball got the Marvel deal, well in advance before Disney bought out Marvel Comics, and the mobile app was all the mobile apps, uh, on based on the Avengers movies was bad, free to play, and now the new Iron Man 3 game is outright unplayable, mainly because they got Gameloft, those group of morons, to actually put the game together. The problem is that the flat screen and rubbing your fingers down on that thing over and over to make movements and all this other shit kind of burns the bottom of your finger for a while, and it doesn't really work as a controller, and it just doesn't. But then again, it's just normal hype running through everything, just like what happened with the Kinect. Even though the Kinect was the most hardware wise, everything was okay. Software wise, it was a fucking joke. Mainly with its soft library of games that worked with the motion controls of the Kinect, and mainly the motion controls of the Kinect was all just bullshit. But yet everybody was going with the voice commands of the Kinect, and yeah, and I actually got in a conversation with Samuel Tech Geek who's saying, tried to tell me that voice command is hardware based. I'm not joking, he really said that. And that's not how voice commands works. It's software based. It's basically, these were commands they could have just taken out of the fucking
Xbox 360 version put onto the PlayStation 3 and hell, even the Wii U, and it would have made no real difference. But yet, people like to make up their own fucking world. And and it's not just Sam, it's a whole bunch of people who think that the Kinect's voice commands are all hardware based. And then they keep telling me about the microphone. Unless that microphone's got a fucking hard drive in it, it ain't gonna mean worse shit. Because a microphone is just that. It's a microphone. It's designed to pick up sound. And a special microphone can even pick up special types of sound. But that's not anything to do with voice commands, which is a computer or an AI designed to take a command straight from the microphone or whatever microphone you put in there and then, tell it what to do. The AI basically tries to interpret what you said and told it, and then take those commands and, execute those commands. It just goes beyond my head on how stupid these people think they are, or somehow think they're knowledgeable on. And it just really hurts. My brain hurts every time I get in these arguments with these morons. And the reason why they say this is because the companies are saying this. Corporations are saying. Hell, even fucking EA was talking about when they put it in their Mass Effect 3, saying, we're using the hardware of the Kinect with a hardware microphone that has voice commands installed straight into the microphone. No! That's not how that fucking works. The voice commands are software, you bunch of fucking idiots. And, this is fucking EA, the same group of people who brought out the Sims game. Yeah, the Sims game sold a lot, but here's the bullshit that they did. The game now still doesn't fucking work in most areas, and most people are still having problems signing up into their games. Yeah, and they can't even play single player, and they can't refund because EA turned off the refund their switch and said there's no refunds. Once you bought the game, you can't refund it because the game's out. And a double fuck you to the people out there. And they're trying to figure out why Dead Space bombed so bad. Even though I do kind of agree with EA on the whole microtransition thing. And the thing was is that with the microtransition, that was more of a choice. You had a choice if you wanted to go out and buy all that shit or not. That would be your own stupidity. The thing about SimCity and some of EA's other mistakes was that they were just cramming that shit down your throat and you didn't have a choice. You couldn't choose it or not. See, and that's the difference between the two. I mean, the microtransition thing, that was if you were that stupid enough to buy all that shit. And if you bought it, you deal with the consequences. You lost money because you cheated. But whatever. But yeah, EA's business decision ideas have been going straight down the gutter, and they have been turning up nothing but really, really god awful games, and not really been making good decisions. Oh yeah, Sim 4 is coming out. I'm so fucking shocked. Oh wait, I saw this coming after the SimCity debacle happened. Yep, EA. Constantly fucking up and somehow still making a profit. How the fuck did they keep doing? Oh yeah, that's right. You can't return your shit. Once you buy SimCity, SimCity's yours forever, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you can't sign in. So have fun looking at that home screen. The SimCity home screen for when your internet shuts down. That's all you're going to be looking at.